Hi everyone! This video is about how to find shadow and light aspects with the help of human design and gene keys. If you're someone like me who loves to explore the shadow, this video might be for you. In my previous video on shadow, I explained some of the ways you can work with it and how to gain awareness or shed some light into what your personal shadow is. So I do recommend you watch that video, and I'll put a link below in the description box. Okay, let's see. All right. Oh, so I just put my video. Let's move my face over here. Okay. All right. In this video, we'll explore what I personally experienced as a very practical and on point way of finding out our shadow. As the name denotes, it's not always straightforward getting acquainted with the shadow because these parts are suppressed and we are either not aware of them, we deny them, we have shame around them, and so on. So, but if we just stop and approach it as we would approach a child who has been abandoned, just witness them with love and acceptance, no matter what we witness, like if we are just showing up with our love and acceptance, then we are claiming our wholeness. And that said, it's really important to be in a good place mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, if we want to intentionally work with our shadow aspect. For example, if you don't feel lovable, I would advise you to work on self-love first, so that you don't get pulled into that maybe dark hole of a shadow. Because with the shadow, what is important is that it's not like, okay, let's just point out the shadow and then we're done with it. It's not about that. It's really about our embracing it and taking responsibility for our actions around it. When we see something, we cannot unsee it. So what we tend to do, what we can do about it is first accept it and then really work with it with, as I said, loving kindness, and also maybe shifting our actions around it. So that's why I find awareness is so important. Everything starts with awareness. Before we have any awareness, if we don't have awareness, we cannot work with it. It's like being blind to something. If you cannot see, you can't really work with it. So that's why I'm such an advocate for that. But I'm also advocating for also seeing our gifts, because and shadow also has our gifts, but it's just sometimes, as I said, we really need to be in a good mental place. All right. Before we dive in, I decided actually to I'll read you a little story. And it's from this book called Soul Food. I have it here. It's a short one, but it's really beautiful, and I find that it so depicts our shadow. All right, let's go with it. Okay. So it's in the chapter Who Shall Judge? When Bankei held his seclusion weeks of meditation, pupils from many parts of Japan came to attend. During one of these gatherings, a pupil was caught stealing. The matter was reported to Bankei with the request that the culprit be expelled. Bankei ignored the case. Later, the pupil was caught in a similar act, and again, Bankei disregarded the matter. This angered the other pupils who drew up a petition asking for the dismissal of the thief, stating that otherwise they would live in a body. When Bankei had read the petition, he called everyone before him. You are wise brothers, he told them. You know what is right and what is wrong. You may go somewhere else to study if you wish, but this poor brother does not even know right from wrong. Who will teach him if I do not? I'm going to keep him here even if all the rest of you leave. A torrent of tears cleansed the face of the brother who had stolen. All desire to steal had vanished. It's so beautiful, right? I don't know. I find it so inspiring. Okay, let's get on. All right, so that's me. I'm hiding here. All right, I'm putting my face all over today. All right, just a quick word about me. All right, that's better. My name is Barchi. I'm an ICF trauma informed coach who is here to inspire, empower, and support everyone who is either stuck, needs some clarity that would get them back in the flow, and most importantly, feeling in charge of their life. If that resonates with you, I'll share how and why you might benefit from getting in touch with me in the description box below. Okay, as I mentioned, I'll share what I personally find really valuable using human design and gene key system. Even though I do use both systems, I'm not religious about using them because I believe there is no perfect system because we are more than just a set of labels. In my opinion, if labels are limiting us, they aren't helpful because they should expand us, expand our awareness, and how we want to show up in life. So that's really, really important. However, I like to use different tools if they bring me closer to myself and which resonate with me. And yeah, and also with my truth, they have to resonate with my truth, my inner truth, and then I will use them. Otherwise, I won't. So yeah, so far, uh, human design and gene keys have resonated a lot, and I'm still exploring them because I find them useful. And yeah, for those of you, let me just share a few things about both of the systems. So let me first share what human design system is for those of you who don't know. So from the book, the definitive book of human design, my goodness. So here is just a little bit of some experts. So it says the human design system synthesizes aspects of two types of science: the Asian observatory systems of astrology, the Chinese I Ching, the Hindu Brahmin chakras, and the Tree of Life from the Zohar Kabbalist tradition. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing wrong. Please let me know in the comments. How to do it better, honestly. I'm horrible with that. All right, let's go. And the contemporary disciplines of quantum mechanics, astronomy, genetics, and biochemistry. As a logical, empirical, and practical system, it doesn't ask you to believe anything. It merely offers you the opportunity to explore and experiment with the mechanics of your nature and your evolving consciousness in order to find out yours for yourself what really works for you. And I find that's really true. Yeah, It's very interesting. Like certain things for me, they really resonate. And and again, I really like that it's really offering you to explore, because you need to have your own experience. And as I said, not everything resonates. Not everything is for everyone, and that's okay. That's why we have diversity of tools, diversity of systems, and everything. All right, let's go on. Gene keys. I really love gene keys. Honest, I've discovered them maybe 5 years ago or so, and yeah, it just, I really like them. Okay, let's just stick with that. Okay. Okay. So from the book, The Gene Keys, it says, in the same way that the two strands of your DNA reflect each other, each trigram has a partner. Together, these two symbols create a hexagram, the basis of the I Ching. And if you can see here, I'll just point it out. Here are the hexagrams, and this is actually Gene Keys chart. And you can get this chart for free on genekeys.com website, and I'll link it down below. All right. Just as there are 64 codons in DNA, so there are 64 hexagrams in I Ching. This precise mathematical correlation between the I Ching and the genetic code allows us to create a new holistic language that resonates within the living cells of your body. In effect, the 64 gene keys are a Gene 1 Ching, a book that talks directly to your DNA. Okay. All right, so let's take a look what charts are hiding or revealing, because I would like us to check, you know, more information on this topic. And we'll start with human design, and because you'll see how they are connected. Okay, so for those of you who don't know human design, you can have a free chart. You can get a free chart, and I can put a link below. For those of you who are familiar with the system, you know that this is a chart called body graph. And what is here really important is, what I would like you to pay attention is just which gates are listed under Sun and Earth. So you'll see on the design part, which is red, and then the body side, personality side, is black. So maybe what you want to do is just take those numbers. So 25, in this case, 25, 46, 58, and 52. And you see, like when you will then layer on check gene keys, it might, um, maybe you've already noticed that all of the things that are on personality side, so this is that side, if you read about that, those gates that you have, they might resonate more than on the design part, because this is body part. Because the thing is, the red, what is in red is still can oftentimes be subconscious until we reach the age of 40. And then we shift, like our there is a slow shift in awareness, so we get to know ourselves better. So pretty cool, eh? So whoever doesn't want to get older, their benefits. Okay. Let me see if I wanted to share something else. Okay, so once you have information about your sun and earth gates, let's see how they fit into Gene Key's profile. You know, the thing is, when you see how, when you have this chart done, and then when you do your Gene Keys chart, you'll see that the basic Gene Keys, like the first Gene Keys, are identical to your to this form. You'll see. But unfortunately, I don't have the same example, but I trust that you know how to how to deal with that. And so let's just go and explore, hey. And if you have any problems, just comment down below, and I'm sure that also other people will benefit from that, or they might even offer suggestions, because I find that community is so kind here, because I've noticed that certain people were asking some questions and people were responding to them, and I really love that. I'm always so happy when people help each other, so thank you. All right, so this is our, I think I already shared a little bit, but this is how it looks like, the jinkies. And as you see here, it says activation sequence, Venus. So they have, like, we have three sequences. Um, and with these guys, you'll see how things match with your human design chart. So do some exploration. You'll see that it's fun. Okay, but going forward, we have activation sequence, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are about discovering your genius through your prime gifts. Then we have Venus sequence. When you see this one, the red ones, so these are about opening your heart in relationships. And then it's Pearl. Then we have a Pearl sequence. This one is attaining prosperity through service. All right, we won't be touching on those. But what I would like you to do, so no, not you, but what I would like to do is really go through all of the Gene Keys placements, so that you'll know what they mean and what information they have for you. Okay. And before I do that, I also just want to, okay, I'll just move my face one more time here. All right. Okay. Um, Before I share anything, I would like to acknowledge that I've learned so much from a wonderful woman called Ashley, who has a website called unlockyourdesign.com. I'll link it down below. I'm sure probably some of you already know her. Like, she's doing so much work regarding gene keys. I think she has a partner. Like, really check her out. I really love her work, and I don't know, I just really find her very, like, her information, everything that she does, really valuable. All right, but this is just as I said, super basic. And okay, let's just start with yeah, let's just go through the chart. All right, so this is the first one, is here, like, it's the top one. And this one is actually so I have my chart, my gene key chart here. So I'll just refer to my notes that I have. So bear with me. Okay. The first one, this one here. So this allows you. This gene key is how to express your highest gifts, and also your ideal arena of your external work in the world. So your creative expression. And shadow comes when you lose touch with yourself. So what you'll see in Gene Keys, which is really great here, like with every number, you will see you will have three options. I mean, three words with it. And one is siddhi. This is like when you're in an enlightenment state. Then we have a gift, and then we have shadow. And it's really useful to check all of them. And as I said earlier, don't get caught up, or don't just check your shadow, but check also your gift and your siddhi, because that's the highest expression. And it's really cool to know, like, if you allow yourself to be in the flow and to be really, when your mind and your ego there are moments when everything is just quiet, and we are really, as I said, in the flow. Then we can live our city. Like, we can, I really believe that not just gifts, but there are certain moments in time when we are in touch with our divine self, when we can, yeah, we can really, and we can really showcase that and let this expression show itself. All right, so check all of those three. And here I don't have, like, the chart that I have here, it doesn't have that. But when you'll have your chart done, you'll see, just besides every number, each number, you'll have three words, and all of those will denote, as I said, your city, your gift, and your shadow. And just be aware. And regarding shadow, the last thing that I'll say, like, for example, for this one, I said, so when you're not in touch, when you lose touch, um, uh, with yourself, you might even recognize, when that happens. You might be like, oh, okay, all right, so that's the expression. This is how I act out when I lose touch, when I'm not in alignment, when I'm under, I don't know, maybe strong emotions, or when I'm under fear, or anything that really kind of steers me out of my path. Okay, so that's the first one. Then we have the second one, which is called, all right, so this one you'll see on the Jinkies. It's called life's work. This one is called evolution. And this one is the single greatest challenge in your life. But also, with that, also comes gift, I mean, opportunities, challenges, like, oh wow, this is opportunity for me. And let's see if I have anything else here. No, that's it. Explore this one. Here, this one is called, let's see. Oh, I don't know what is this called. It just says SQ. But the point of this one is, when you want to go from here to here, this one is radiance, you need to go through that shadow. Um, and this one is kind of how to say, realization. So whatever you have in the shadow there, this one is really worth checking out, because that one is kind of can prevent you from, as I said, from really um, moving forward from, as I said, from this part to this part. So this one is kind of powerful. And also check the city, um, not just shadow, so that you'll know what is the greatest expression of that. All right. Okay, so then we have this, here we have radiance, and here it says, I don't know why they all don't have names. Okay, it's just what it is. Okay, so radiance is your hidden gift. And let's see, yeah, it's your hidden gift. So maybe you want to check gift and city, rather than a shadow. Okay, and this one is my hidden gift. Oh, and this one is called my highest dreams. So, and it's actually, the name is called purpose. And basically, when you trust your highest dreams, you can manifest that. So check what it says about your gift and your city. And this one expresses through unconditional love. So this one is, I don't know, I find it so beautiful. So check this out. What is the one that, what is your purpose? Yeah, and this one is part of, as I said earlier, activation sequence, because it's all about your purpose. What's your story? Okay. Let's go further. This I just actually they're not like one, two, three, four, five, six. So these were just numbers that I gave them just so that I could share what they mean because it's just easier. Otherwise, here would be too crowded. So this is not. This is just how I mark them in order to make them more easier to read. I hope it makes sense. I hope that I didn't confuse you. So this is just for, for the sake of understanding. Otherwise, those numbers are not real. Are yeah, just forget about them. Okay. So the first one is called, I think it's called attraction. Yeah, this one. And this one is actually, this one is interesting. My karmic relationship shadow. Yeah. So, how are conflict, how do conflict show in your relationships? So check it out. Like karmic relationships are here. And also, right, when everything works, how they look like. Okay, then we have number two, when we are out of sync. So basically when your mind overrides your intuition, or tries to control your emotions, and or maybe not tries to control your emotions, but you know how usually it goes. So your mind produces some thoughts, and then thoughts, we respond to thoughts with emotions, and then emotions are there, and then we are overflown by our emotions, and that can totally override our intuition. So this is how it's done. You can check what's your way, how you override your intuition. um yeah. Okay, then we have number three, your defense mechanism when you feel unsafe. So that's also interesting. For me, I can share this one because I find it so funny. I have distraction. That's my shadow. And I feel like that's so funny because it's true. Um, and unsafe doesn't mean that you're in physical danger, but it's just like like when you feel like, oh, this is not comfortable. All right, now I have to distract myself with something. So rather than facing the fear, one can just distract themselves. So this is what I sometimes do. Yeah, I just, that's my defense mechanism. um, and it's really cool to know, because then I know if I want to, instead of facing the fears, I can say, okay, why am I doing that? What am I avoiding? And just bringing awareness there, I can start making different decisions which are empowering. And that's all. I feel that's really important, because at the end of the day, we want to be in charge, feel and be in charge of our lives, because that's the only life we can be in charge of. All the rest, all the world, we cannot control. The only thing we can control is ourselves, our mind. And yeah, so it's really important that we are aware of that. Okay, let's go further. So this one, number four, the shadow conceals my highest vocation. Yeah. So, what is your, so, with your vocation, it's also what's preventing you, to live it, like, or what are the fears around it. So, I'm really curious about if you're willing to share some of your jinkies with me. I'm so curious. Okay, then we have, let's see if there is anything else. Okay, maybe I forgot this. All right, I'll share later. Okay, no, because I have so many things written down here that it's, yeah. Okay, then we have number five, and it's called culture. So this is how we best fit into the social fabric of the world. And it's so funny because the shadow here really tells us what blocks us from manifesting, how we are blocking ourselves from receiving. So that one is really interesting, and I just have to drink a little bit. Okay. All right. That one is really interesting. So check it out. You want to know this one. And then we have number 6, which is called Pearl. And this one is your greatest harvest. So this one is important as well. So check it out. And I just forgot to mention about this realization, the one in between. Uh, this one also speaks about your unconscious pattern, which undermines your self-esteem. So maybe you want to check what is it, what is the thing that is undermining your self-esteem. Okay, so just to recap, um, what I advise you to do, check the numbers from your human design, and you'll see that these four, at least I think so. I'm just like, oh, hope I'm not wrong. And yeah, and also check the ones that you feel are interesting for you, and really focus. As I said, that's so important. Don't just focus on the shadow. Just take your time and explore. Focus on whatever draws your attention. Yeah, I always feel like that's the most important thing. If you want to be, very practical and structure about it, really go like one by one, you can do that. If you want to dive in something somewhere in the middle, do that. Like whatever feels right for you, that's the right thing. Okay, let's see if there is anything else here. Okay, no, I don't have anything else. I hope it was useful. This is really just bare minimum. This is just like door to, just like I'm just showing you the titles, what you can explore. And I find it so cool, so cool. So I really hope you'll like it. All right. I'll move myself a little bit here, or maybe here, the middle. We can kind of end here. All right. So what I would like is, let me know if everything makes sense. And if it doesn't, please do write in the comments below, because I might record another video for you if this one doesn't make sense. And if you find that something that I said wasn't correct, please don't hesitate to comment and share, because I'm constantly learning, and I would like to learn better with you, and I would also like you to have the most accurate, if that's the word, the best information that will really help you. So, or if you know more about certain subjects, also share, because we can all learn and help each other. And really, thank you so much for that. And the final assignment, or better, a request. So, would you like me to address a specific gene key? So, what I had in mind was, maybe I could just explore a certain gene key and just maybe share my thoughts around it. Yeah, so let me know. I won't be doing any card sorry, not card, any jinky chart readings, because there are people there, they're really experts, and it's I really want, and they love to do that. So for me, as I said, I would love to explore a specific jinky and just have a discussion around it. So if you're curious about a certain jinky, let me know, number in the comments, and yeah, we can do that. Alrighty. And lastly, thank you so much for being here with me, for your like and subscribe. It really means so much. And yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.